Abominations. Beasts. Freaks.
Another century and we might make a march of it.
And monsters. Hello, fellow travelers, and welcome to the Hard Light Network. Savage creatures in all shapes and forms populate the most remote worlds and scavenge at the fringes of both the human mind and our society alike. Whether it be beasts of unspeakable terror prowling the remote wilderness, or man-made abominations, the results of vile experimentation prowling the abandoned outskirts of civilizations, monsters of every shape and size can be found across the multiverse. Creatures beyond our ability, but rarely beyond our understanding. Monsters of all sorts represent the very real threat posed by the wild and our primal fear of it. The standing accomplishment of civilization is its conquest over nature. However, everywhere we turn, the brutal reality of our environment makes itself known. For as far as humanity has come, nature remains eternally opposed to our efforts to tame it, and it is no wonder that the impenetrable depths of the wilderness would birth great and terrible horrors. However, it isn't just the beast without that civilized man fears, but the beast within as well. It is said that long ago, all the monsters in the world were born as the result of a great war in the heavens. The gods made war against primordial chaos, who, in turn, birthed hordes of creatures to fight them. Other stories say that it was the gods themselves who, through sinister rite, would animate these abominable beings in order to set them as guards over sacred places and divine relics. From dragons and chimeras to giants and great wolves, all of these monsters represent the raw power of unbridled nature. It is common for them to lie dormant or remain hidden until something disturbs them, something as simple as treasure hunters exploring the wrong cave, or complex as the beginning of a new age. Whatever their true origins are, monsters of various descriptions and powers prowl various worlds searching for whatever prey is unfortunate enough to wander into their territory. The destructive power of these beasts is only matched by natural disasters. A cyclops hurling boulders is as deadly as a rock slide, and the embers from a dragon's maw, whipped up by the winds of its beating wings, could easily lead to wildfires. The The intelligence of these foes can range from mindless to supernaturally clever, with the more intelligent monsters sometimes filling the role of guardians or even guides to our protagonists. These same creatures will often be found in the service of powerful sorcerers or even otherworldly forces. For as much effort mankind expends battling the external forces of nature, our own inner nature is just as much of a threat. There is possibly no better example of these beasts within than that of the werewolf. A creature of mindless violence, these brutes are often a far cry from the people who harbor this affliction. It is common in media to see lycanthropes attempt to bind themselves with chains or within secure chambers. In other cases, these people will often live secluded lives, far from human society, in the hopes that their isolation will prevent any tragic deaths, both serving as powerful metaphors of humanity's relationship with our own primal and violent tendencies. On the one hand, those werewolves who attempt to bind themselves before turning represent mankind's attempt to push down and restrain our more violent impulses, with the beast eventually breaking free and wreaking havoc on the surrounding population. On the other hand, you have those who choose to isolate themselves, abandoning humanity in favor of a life of isolation, giving over to their nature when the time comes, and roaming the deep woods for prey as a beast, with their only human victims being those who intrude too far into the heart of nature.
Come to gawk at the monster. The little girl is dead because of me. Believe me, it wasn't anything I ever intended to do. I just lost control. I'm sure you've heard of men who shift to beasts under the influence of the moons. I'm one of them. A werewolf. It's my secret and my shame.
I hope I didn't scare you. It's a blessing given to some of us. We can be like wild beasts, fearsome. Oh no, only the Circle have the beast blood. Prove your honor to be a companion. Eyes on the prey, not the horizon. We should keep moving. Still the Trogger to worry about.
Apart from the mindless and brutal manifestations of our own nature, there are great and terrible monsters who roam the outer reaches of human experience. Whether they are found in the mental, physical, or even spiritual realm, these ancient abominations are often mistaken as gods, whose whims govern the internal forces of the universe. Their motives unknowable, with a presence that instills both awe and terror. The greatest monsters represent a much more existential fear. The hopelessness of combating these monsters leads many to the edge of their sanity, leaving them unable to cope with the revelation of such vast horrors. While lesser monsters are typically represented as more grounded, physical dangers, these eldritch horrors beyond mortal reckoning. The dangers posed by creatures of such magnitude goes beyond merely physical, but extend into the cosmic, able to influence the fundamental laws of the universe, bending them to their will, almost subconsciously. For as varied as these beings are, all represent the utter indifference of the universe to human life, only interacting with humans in order to advance their insidious and grandiose vision.
Whoa! Whoa!
Sure.
This is it. This is your story.
When our protagonists encounter monsters of any kind, they are often left scarred by the experience. Something about the brush with primitive brutality or the revelation of a greater, more horrible reality fundamentally alters all who are fortunate or perhaps unfortunate enough to survive. These encounters serve to highlight the consequences of an unrestrained nature, as well as the smallness of all that we are in contrast to all that there is. Regardless of the nature of these beasts, mankind stands resilient, prepared to resist all of them. Monsters have been a part of our stories and history for millennia, offering us a way to come to grips with the fear that they inspire. In some small way, confining them to ink and paper as well as pixels on a screen has served to help us master that. When traveling the multiverse, I've often considered the feeling of accomplishment that comes with besting these foes. Often our greatest heroes show us that through determination and ingenuity, even frail and fragile mankind is capable of overcoming the challenge they represent. Next time you find yourself facing off against one of these threats, take a moment to consider how they fit into the broader ecosystem of the world. What forces led to the creation of such a creature, and how might its presence and absence impact the world around it? But what do you guys think? Do you have a favorite monster? What sort of themes can you find in their design? Leave your comments below, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like, and until next time, love you guys, safe travels.